One cold night in Popo Park, the Dimps were swimming fast asleep. Sabrina woke up by the splashing of the water. She swam to the shore. A dark figure stood in front and handed her a note. The dark figure spoke. Your son, Jake, has been looking for something for a while now, and I think I know the location of the thing he's looking for. When he's back from his trip from Santry Park Pond, tell him to come to me. The details are in the note. The dark figure floated away as the green swamp from his feet lifted him into the air. The week after, Jake was greeted by Sabrina with a note. He took it and opened it with his fins. He looked in shock. Jake swam as fast as he could to the location where the dark figure was waiting for him. "Jake," said the dark figure, "I know the location. I know the location of the cancer. I'll help you, because I want my share of the cancer too. I have been looking just as long as you have." Jake looked at the dark figure. "What is your name?" said Jake. "Swampy. Gavin Swampy, and I'm not asking for much of the cancer, just my fair share for finding it." Later on that night, Swampy and Jake went to the AIB bank, and there stood a ginger man pouring petrol on himself. "I love the petrol boys, haha," said the ginger man. "Enough with the games, junkie. Where the fuck is the cancer?" said Jake. The ginger man ran for his life. Swampy got him in the headlock and knocked him out with the smell of his swamp. "Where the fuck is the cancer?" Jake said angrily. "What is your name?" shouted Jake. "Peppy, Peppy Quigley. Don't hurt me please, I just wanted my gas so I sold the cancer to her," said the ginger man. "Who the fuck is the girl?" "What's her name?" said Jake. "Adalia Rose." "Her name, that's her name. She said she will give me these 10 liters of gas if I sold her the cancer, so I sold it to her," said Peppy. Jake said to Peppy in a low-tone voice, "If you don't tell me where the cancer is, I will get me big cousin Nemo to come down and batter the bollocks out you." Peppy then said to Jake, "Wicklow Mountains is where she's heading. You will catch her if you go now, hurry." Jake and Swampy then rushed to Wicklow Mountains. At the top, Jake and Swampy saw a 1-foot figure and Jake shouted, "Adalia, give me the fucking cancer, you smelly dirty rotten cool tree knacker cunt." Adalia kept walking to her UFO, then turned around and said, "I'm doing this for my home planet, Mars. I need to cure them with this cancer. An astronaut called Kieran Hayes visited my planet a month ago and gave everyone HIV. Now this will cure us all." Jake shouted to Adalia, "I need that cancer for my family, it's the only thing we feed on." Some junkies came to our pond one day called Joey and Robbie and fleeced all the seaweed. "Now we feed on cancer, now give it to me, Adalia." Adalia ran to her UFO and took off. Jake and Swampy watched as Adalia started to fly. Then in the distance, they saw a Ryan airplane with people shouting Allah Akbar. The plane flew into Adalia's UFO and exploded. Silence everywhere. Adalia Rose was crawling with no legs to try and grab the jar of cancer lying on the floor. Jake picked the cancer up. Jake looked at Swampy. "Coming to mine for dinner?" Jake said. Swampy said sure. From the ashes and smoke came dark cloaked figures with a camera. They asked Jake and Swampy to record them. They pressed record and the dark cloaked people picked Adalia up by the back of the neck and took out a Stanley blade. They all stabbed Adalia in the head and boom went her head. The dark cloaked people took the camera and walked off. Jake and Swampy went back to Jake's house and had some really good cancer to finish off the night. On Mars, the Black King alien Paul stood up off his chair and got in his UFO. He said to himself in a very gay angrily way, "I need to cure the people. I will get that cancer."